Hello, I'm Mark,
I'm Casey.
And I'm Patrick.
and today we're going to talk a little bit about some audio shakeups that are going on in the Tesla world. But first, let's roll that title.
You're watching the Tesla Life Express.
Got hit by a photon torpedo.
Keep your head low, Casey. Keep your head low. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. Going to talk a little bit about this audio shakeup that's going on in the world of Tesla. If you've seen a few of the articles that have come out recently, first one that happened earlier in the week was, of course, with Tesla's Slacker that they were using as a streaming service that everyone got access to. It, of course, has been bought by another company. They changed their name. It's still operated basically the same. You got a new icon. It's a new name, Live One, I believe is the name, and that was one thing. But then a little bit later in the week, there were some rumblings going on about Tesla reorganizing what premium connectivity is and how it works with the apps. We all know that right now, if you've got premium connectivity, you have access to Live One. You can use it as you see fit. It's a free service. You don't get all the features that a typical streaming service has, like unlimited repeats or unlimited skips or things of that nature.
And sometimes you can't even pick your own music. Like, I mean, you pick the music style, but like if you say, I want to listen to, like Mark has explained this a couple times, play some song and you get something close to it, something else instead.
Yeah, it wasn't certainly wasn't perfect, but there is now an update, and of course, this is going across not just North America, but it's also happening in Europe. In Europe, you don't get Slacker; you get apparently Spotify, but you get a free subscription to that, or the base subscription, which allows you to use it without a subscription. But going forward, apparently, some people have started to get notifications from Tesla that as of the end of the year, Tesla's not subsidizing those free accounts anymore. So Slacker or Live One, as well as Spotify, if you're getting those on a free subscription now with premium connectivity, that stops at the end of the year. And you're going to be required to pick up one of the multiple services that are available if you want to listen to live stream music. So you'd have to pick up Apple Music or Tidal or Live One, whatever you want to do. But it is something that you're going to have to make a change to. Otherwise, the streaming goes away. You still have access to all those tiles, all those icons. You can click on them. You still can do YouTube and other things, but when it comes to streaming music, it's just going to, they're going to want you to get a subscription. They're going to drop that. Probably this has to do with data collection on Tesla's end. They can see who uses the free app, how often they use it, and they may have said, why are we subsidizing all these free accounts when only a small percentage of them actually use them? That may be something that has caused this change or modification. One note, though, is that if you have an unlimited streaming account, a premium account, like you purchased a Tesla in 2018 or early 2019, they will still continue to subsidize that free account for you. So those people will not be affected by this change. But I wanted to talk to Patrick and Casey and kind of see, what do you guys use? What is your streaming motif? What do you find works for you? Are you using any of these services or something else?
So on this, it also includes the folks in Australia and New Zealand as well. They are getting kicked as well. I suspect the reason it lasted as long as it did was you hear all the complaints about people don't like the Tesla station on the streaming, the Live by Live, the Live by One Live. They changed the name so many times before Tesla caught up to the name change. But they have a channel on there when you're in the Tesla, whether you're on your paid account, premium, or you're on Tesla's included account. One was like the top 30, and one was another like stuff Tesla people like to listen to. And there were so many complaints and just like, oh, well, you don't even appreciate this. Why should I keep paying for it? And then you've got people like me who just like skip songs all the time. That probably cost them a lot of money.
Yep.
But if you're not in North America, we got the old Slacker, the new Live One. What you got with your Spotify was an actual full Spotify premium account. That if you had the login, you probably could try and use it somewhere else. So they didn't give you the login ever. But I'm sure they got a discount for buying them in bulk like that. But that adds up pretty quick. And I'm wondering what the take rate would be in Europe versus North America with people using the free app. Because from what I understand over there, Spotify is a lot more popular than here. If you told them Slacker or Live by Live, they'd be like, "What? Oh, that pink streaming app. Oh, okay, that thing. I sometimes use it. Personally, I use YouTube Music because as a YouTube creator, I do the premium thing. I also have Amazon. I don't use that in the car, but I've got that. Audible. The Spotify I had the Live Buy. I had it for a long time, but when we got Spotify, I kept them up for about 3-4 months, and then I canceled the Live Buy. And in the car, when we got the option to do sources, I went ahead and slid off Sirius XM because even though my car shipped with the tuner, I don't use that. And they came back and they did like a 2-month trial, and I turned it back off again. Although now it's an app on the cars without the tuner. So if you're really into that, or like I mentioned on that particular show, if you've got access to it through other sources, like say your spouse has it in their car, you can log in on the online side and use that. But yeah, so for me, it's going to be YouTube, Spotify, Audible, and then of course streaming from my Bluetooth.
Patrick, what about you?
So when you said Slacker has a new owner and now that's being dropped, that immediately made me think that the new owner is trying to figure out how to best monetize it, and they wanted to renegotiate a deal with Tesla, and came back and said, "Hey, you guys have 2 or 3 times more cars than you did a year or 2 ago, so you should pay us 2 or 3 times more." And Tesla said, "We're done."
Yeah, exactly. That one I always thought was weird because they get all of that data from being the streaming service in the car for anybody who doesn't bother to load up any other stuff. You know what people like. They're like and dislike. They've got the data on those 2 channels that people like to grumble about. I imagine they wouldn't have kept doing it if it actually was as hated as the loud people say. And that's how you knew that they were collecting the data, because how could you have 2 stations based solely on what Tesla owners are doing in their cars if you're not collecting that data? Because Tesla wasn't compiling it.
Right. I've tried those stations a couple times, and I'm like, "What do these people? This is," and then I just make my own, because this is so not my style. It was not even close. I'm like, okay, this sounds like a poorly generated AI playlist. I was just not happy with it at all.
When I first got the car, it was okay, but
you got to imagine though, you get 2 million, 4 million, 5 million users, then the playlist is going to be a mess. Like, really,
right.
Because
it's like random.
It's like a random playlist.
Right, which means no one's going to like it. Almost no one.
That's why the screams got louder. But like I said, when I got, the Model S was the only thing they were selling at the time, and so there was less going on there, and so it was like 50-50. They flip a coin. I might like the next song, and then it started to get less and less appealing.
Right. But when you can make your own channels, why would you even put up with something that's even 50-50 or worse?
Because it was so cool, and then it wasn't. It's like, hey, there's other people listening to it. Who are these other people?
Yeah. So in the Model Y, which is what I drive most of the time now, we do not have premium connectivity. We do in our 3 because we got it, like Mark said, a lifetime with that. And so I mostly just stream from my phone. And it can be podcasts or music, and if it's music, we have whatever, different family members had different preferences, so we have YouTube Music and Spotify, and so I've got both of those on my phone. But for me, it's mostly podcasts.
Speaking of podcasts, while you're on there, this show is available on YouTube podcasts. So if you've got the YouTube app,
Nice.
try it out.
Cool.
Exactly. So
Go ahead,
yeah,
Rich.
this is some changes that are going on. I like Patrick's viewpoint that after new owners took over, they maybe popped the question to Tesla, like let's see if we can get a better deal, and quickly found themselves pointed to the door. That might have been a mistake by new management, but also Live One apparently with future subscriptions from Tesla owners are going to be able to provide them with passwords and ID codes that they can use the app outside of Tesla if you do subscribe. So that will be a plus for some because they're trying to move to the real streaming experience. And of course, on multiple devices is a reality today, as maybe it wasn't in the past.
Right. Once you've got that station that you like, you want to listen to it when you're on a walk as well as when you're on a drive.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially as it's compiling what you like and don't like, because you got the thumbs up and thumbs down. So that was something that I had to before Elon pulled all the phones out of all the buildings. Figuratively, he didn't actually do it. But basically, the phone tree got a lot more aggressive. I was coming from the Model S to the Model X, and I convinced one caring soul to go through and actually find the password and username for my account for the Model S, so I could log into it in the Model X to transfer the likes. And it didn't quite work out that way because as soon as the app saw that I was leaving the Model S, it wanted to pull the account out. So I found this third-party program that actually goes through and copies it. And since it was going back to the same service, I just kind of copied from one account and put it into the new account. And that's when I said, let me sign up for premium so that I'm not at the mercy of anybody doing this anymore.
Right.
But them giving out the passwords will be another good way to handle that as they go free. That you can pay it and keep using what you already, because it was nice. As I was on a walk, cutting the grass, whatever, it was always the music that I had curated. Like if I said I don't like this artist too many times, they would never show it again. Like
right.
He really gets upset when we play this artist.
Yeah. So what do you out there think? Is this going to affect you? Do you do something different than what we do? I use Apple Music until just a couple of weeks now. Okay, I started using Apple Music again a couple weeks ago because I had a problem with it connecting with my account. Every time I got home, it reset and I had to scan the QR code again. So I stopped using it for like 3 months.
Yeah, what a pain.
And then I came back just a couple of weeks ago, and it's held my QR code for the last couple of weeks. So I'm back to using it. But I also use Slacker quite a bit when it was called Slacker, Live One now. But you out there, what do you think? Is it going to change the way you do things? Are you disappointed? Are you indifferent? And I also want to put out a challenge to you. While we still have Slacker, I'd like everyone to log into it and then request Another One Bites the Dust by Queen and see if it'll pull it up for you to play, because I still cannot get that song to play when I ask Slacker to do it, or Live One. So I would really like to hear from you out there in the world of the internet, all over the world. Can you get Another One Bites the Dust by Queen to play? Put it in the comments. Let us know. Love to hear about it.
I'll try it. We'll find out if it's just a Canadian licensing thing.
Me from like 2 years ago when I was subscribed. Yes. Me today, it probably won't.
Well, what's infuriating, Patrick, is I try like 3 times to get it to play. It plays other Queen songs, right? And then I get into a Queen playlist. I'm listening to 2 or 3, and all of a sudden Another One Bites the Dust shows up, and it's like, why can you not bring that up when I ask for it?
Oh, that's even worse because you know it's available.
It's there.
They're just taunting you.
Yeah.
And then after it plays, it's like, you got too much Queen for the day. We're done.
Yeah, you're going to shut you down. You're done. Yeah. So love to hear from you out there. If you can get it to play, let us know. Or if you can't get it to play, let us know too. But thanks so much for joining us. Casey, any shout outs?
On Sunday, come by youtube.com/Casey Green and join us for Let's Chat with Casey and Friends. Let's see who's there. Probably about 1:10 Eastern, sometimes a little later. and then come back here on Monday for the other edition of the Tesla Life Express. And then on Wednesday, we'll catch you live, same time, same place. We get to have a nice little chat with you. More topics.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Patrick?
As always, I'm with the Oregon Electric Vehicle Association. You can find us at oeva.org, and I blog occasionally at carswithcords.net, where I blog about my future free from fossil fuels. Thank you.
Bingo. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We will see you next time and find out what's happening in the Tesla Life.